everyone, and welcome back to the Let's Play. Here we're going to start Chapter 3 and see Anna's autopsy.
The Greenvale General Hospital is down the road by the lake. It's too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car, George, I prefer to be the driver. Can you provide a car for me?
What are you talking about? You don't even know how to get there.
Actually, he does.
Which is another good reason for me to drive, George. I need to learn my way around town.
No, you don't. We know it quite well.
Oh, man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Maybe we don't want to ride with you.
Just one thing, Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
Too late. We already did.
George, we'd better get moving. The hospital closes at 2100.
Oh man, yeah, we better hurry. We only got about like 11 and a half hours to get there. Alright, so that car is low on gas, so I'm going to choose this new one, and we'll head over there.
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly, but drive within the speed limit. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
George, what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Agent York isn't accustomed to the town yet. Give him a little slack.
Haha, Emily's on my side.
Well then, Agent York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
You know, when I first played this game, I thought maybe there'd be consequences for maybe going over the speed limit or crashing into things with George in your car, but that's not the case. We can drive like a maniac, no problem. Come on, talk button. Anytime now. There we
Agent
go.
Morgan, I can't help noticing you prefer to work alone.
Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone?
I must say I've never felt lonely.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are fleeting strangers. I don't get on very well with women, you might be surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat women carefully, like a thin crystal wine glass. If you don't, they can cut scars on your face, just like yours,
Oh,
right?
damn.
Is this an interrogation? I see you're a seasoned professional. But let's not talk about my scar. It was caused by a problematic woman.
Well, she got you good. Terribly good.
Not
It'll fade
really,
away,
just a little
and nobody will
nicks
notice
on the
it
side.
anyway.
A week? It's not that light of a wound.
So, Emily, tell me, is there really a need for a full-time sheriff in a small town like this?
I'm sure it is small to your city eyes, but any gathering of people leads to all kinds of problems. Fights, runaways, stray pets.
You're too fixated on violent crimes. Our job is to guide the people along the correct path, first and foremost. Now, that's what I consider to be my duty as the sheriff of Greenvale.
Zach, there he is. The monarch, in all his glory. Kind of makes me glad that I wasn't born here.
Did you say something, Agent Morgan?
No, nothing, George. I was just reflecting on a little history.
Well, we're in the middle of a homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
Okay, which right now is driving.
I was a little indignant there, George. Jeez. Ah. We made it. Look at that, you didn't even have to give me directions.
That's a pretty big hospital. I guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide food poisoning?
No, it's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days. Hard to imagine now, though, isn't it?
My mother always talked about how energetic this town used to be. Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. And so now there's hardly anyone left to use this place.
It pains me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is.
Indeed. And that's why this case is our problem. There really isn't any need for you to get too involved.
Okay, I'm going to show you the other intro you can get. The only way you can get this intro to the hospital is if you arrive with George and Emily on time. So first, I'm going to do if York arrives alone within the hospital hours. Even though I ran up to George and Emily, the cutscene will make it seem like York went straight to the door. This is a scene you'll get if you ditch them.
Agent Morgan, have you no respect for rules and protocol? We were waiting for you, and now you try to go in by yourself.
No, we ran up to you.
I don't like inconsiderate people who think that they're above the rules. And I'm sure I've made this point clear by now.
Calm down, George. He probably just got lost on his way here and rushed in. Right, Agent York?
Sure, let's go with that.
Let's go inside then.
I do like how they just stand in the rain to do this. And this is if you arrive after the time limit.
None of the lights are on.
I told you, didn't I? The hospital's only open between 09 and 2100. No one can go in when it's closed.
Even the police?
No exceptions. Those are the rules of this town. They can't be bent, even for the FBI.
That's right. We're here to protect the people, not force them to go out of their way for us.
Unlike those muscle maniac city police, I'm sure.
Amazing, Zach. They act like a couple of class presidents. But I'll follow their lead. What else can I do? Let's play with their rules and see what happens.
Well then, if that's understood, we'll meet here again tomorrow.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
And finally, this is what happens if York arrives alone and the hospital is closed.
No one's here. Of course, they did mention that the hospital closes at 2100. Well, so much for that. I'll just have to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting how you'll get different responses with when and who
Hi,
you
Fiona.
arrive with.
Hello, Agent York.
We've come for the results of the autopsy. Is Ushah around?
Hello, Sheriff. I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
What's he doing?
I don't know. He never discusses his work with me. You'll just have to ask him yourself.
Thanks. We'll go find him.
You're reading again today.
Yeah, I've become fond of mysteries recently. The doctor is always telling me to read some dry old medical journal. It's not really fair because he only reads chess magazines himself, so I cover them up like this to keep him off my back.
I can tell you're working hard then.
But I really like that about the doctor, to tell the truth.
Fiona?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a little...
Don't worry. Such feelings are nothing to be ashamed about. I hope things work out for you.
Thank you, Agent York.
So the conversation we just had with Fiona is slightly different. If we didn't meet her earlier, it would have had the York introduction as we had back in episode 2. Though she wouldn't have made the comment about him talking to himself, which is why I did it earlier. Alright, so we need to find the computer room. But there's a huge ass map here, so it looks like it's over there. Everything's named after a chess piece. Though, what does PP stand for? I know that's probably like a "you are here" marker or whatever, but I can't figure it out. Photo back when the hospital was built. The colors have faded away and I can't make out much. It must have been a cutting-edge installation way back then. So there's only actually a few things we can actually, York will actually make a comment on when he observes it. One is that picture, but even though there's like a ton of pictures here that are different, I know there's some repeats here, but that's the only one he will actually make a comment on. So I'm going to try to hit everything he can observe, but I'm still going to show you all the signs because they're kind of funny. Like this. Caution your body. Per examination service, registering and filling blood, $Ren collection, X-ray room, room 7. Yeah, it's a bunch of weird English words like, sort of strung together. Oh, and this sign, the floor, it actually doesn't really point to where things are, but I like the hickey storage and dissecting room and the dead house. Dead house, I think they mean morgue. That you'll see that sign actually a couple times throughout the hospital, but doesn't actually point to where things are. I like this X-ray room, Hello Kitty, premarital exam, gynecological exam for I didn't know they did that. I thought it was mainly for women. That's weird. Got here the premarital exam guide. Did they do that at hospitals? Is that a thing? I don't think it's a thing. Oh, gynecological exam for women. Okay. Yeah. The signs are very weird. Do not enter. This door leads to the wards. We have little reason to go there, and it's unlikely that they have many patients. Why are the patients chained up? Actually, there's actually nothing behind the door. This is the edge of the hospital. So, I don't know why he's calling it a ward. Oh, and there's a computer room, but we're not gonna go there just yet. There's a couple more things I want to show off. See, look at these signs. I was expecting more like history about the hospital, but the game didn't go in that much detail. And see, there's a floor sign again. Kind of just repeats. Got a cork board. Shape resources misspelled, and that's a weird flyer to have there. Shapely looks like a porn or sexy lady advertisement. And we got, oh, Snoqualmie. Another clue that it's in Washington. Or maybe it's another sly Twin Peaks reference. Oh, I like this one. Love your eyes. X-ray room. Hello Kitty. I like to think that someone working on this game was a fan of Hello Kitty. That's the back to the lobby, and over here we got some more people. How do you know? You need to question them. You know, he looks kind of suspicious, and her hands are melting into her skirt. Is that why you're here? Oh man, sorry lady. That sucks. MRI. Let's go in. Looks like the room is in use. We shouldn't interrupt the process. Looks like the room is used. I feel healthier without submitting myself to any examinations whatsoever. What? But no, I don't agree. You gotta get some exams if you want to stay healthy. You need a doctor to check you out every, couple years at least. Door reads computer room, quite modern for a small town hospital, though they may only have a single outdated desktop. Judgy much? They might have some high-tech machines in there. They got that keypad, look at that. That's high-tech.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
I think I can handle it. You might think this might be a little complicated, but no. You just pretty much have to put the chess pieces in the order of what he just said. So king passes the rook and meets the bishop. Knight takes pawn. Knight takes pawn to the queen. And that's it. Pretty simple.
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
Another code?
Not really.
But there's nowhere to insert a password.
He's down on the
More
morgue.
games. I'm going to get Fiona to call Ushah up here right now.
Kind of agree with
No
George.
need, George.
This is ridiculous.
The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Ushah is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it. Simple. Simple.
He's in the dead room.
Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Nah.
So, I thought it was kind of cool that you could see the message still on the screen. That's a nice little detail. Solve the puzzle. Now that I have the key card, I should go meet Ushah, who's waiting for me in the basement. We're actually going to do that later. We have things to do in this chapter. Oh, that is an old computer. I guess York was right. We are waiting for your challenge. Now, let's fight. Chess tournament. It's pretty epic for a chess tournament. So if you didn't really know what the pieces look like, you could take a look at the posters which would give you a clue about what piece goes where. Yes, I am. What does that say? This is reading room? The hallway's the reading room? That's not cool. Kind of busy in the hallway, isn't it? Yes, your doctor told us that you are to be our patient. Accept our enthusiastic congratulations and will wish on your coming event. Is it Palo Alto? Apparently they're in my neck of the woods. I love these signs. Hey, Fiona. Yes, I did. Yeah, he is. George isn't, though. He's kind of pissed off at the moment. Alright, the other thing we can observe that fireplace over there. It has no wood. It's not cold enough to warrant the use of a fireplace, but I hate it if this was the only heating available. I'd hate it too, especially since it's a hospital. They should have, you know, central air and heating. I mean, early in the morning and evening, let's work quickly today. Their favorite cartoon is running. I wonder what his favorite cartoon is. Is it Tom and Jerry? Hey, dude. It's just one dude. Hey, dude. Do you mind if I'm just invading your personal space like this? No? Okay. Oh, hey. It's that lady and that kid from the diner. At least I think it is. Finally take your kid to find out what's with his drinking problem? A map that doesn't match the hospital. Ooh. Oh, is it the same? Oh no, it's different. There's a different flyer here. Instead of the shapes, we have a goddess. So slightly different texture here. And the English posters, of course, kind of repeat now through the hospital. But they're still funny to take a look at. What do we have here? We have the ex-agents ward? Ex-agents, I don't know what that means. Okay, so I looked it up. I was pronouncing it wrong. It's ex-agents, and it's the condition of being in need of immediate assistance, so I guess it's like an emergency ward. This is treatment room. We'll be treated here if anything happens to us. So in here we got a couple beds York can sleep on, a suitcase, and a toolbox, and people to stare at during their examinations or consultations with some nurses. So I'm actually going to sleep until the hospital closes, because if I go down to meet Dr. Johnson, it will automatically lead to an otherworld segment, which then will end the chapter once I complete it. And there's actually a lot of cool things we can do during this chapter, conversations and some lunches and whatnot that I don't want to miss out on. So we're going to sleep until the hospital closes.
Agent York, I'm sorry. The hospital is closing now. Could you come back tomorrow?
But we still haven't heard the autopsy results.
I'm sorry. That's the rule. Dr. Johnson always makes a fuss about these things.
Agent Morgan, we can't force our way in. You must respect the ways of our town.
Rules. Rules. Zach, from the looks of it, there's nothing we can do.
Well, we could make a big
We'll have
stink.
to just come back tomorrow.
That's it for today, then. Let's meet up here again tomorrow.
Okay. See you then.
You know, you'd think in a murder investigation they would, you know, keep the hospital open a little bit so we could get the autopsy results, but not in Greenville. It's closing time, damn it, and we're closing. Just have to come back tomorrow. I'm sure Dr. Ushah's just like, oh man, was my little puzzle that hard? I've been waiting here 11.5 hours.
Huh?
I was with you, and then I decided I was tired and needed to take a 11-hour nap. Yeah, shame. Teamwork. Well, you're the one who doesn't really want to work with me, so I can't say I'm pretty hesitant to work with you, buddy. Emily, are you mad at me too? Whew. Yep. Alright. Alright, so we can actually catch Fiona leaving the hospital, so we'll go talk to her. And oh wow, I missed an agent on her. Oops. Alright. Well, at least we got it now. Hey, Fiona. Well, it was until you kicked me out of the hospital. Thank you. Okay, so now we just gotta run back to our car. In this chapter, we're actually gonna pick up the instant travel device, which will make things so much easier trying to get all the conversations done. And what the hell? Is that George's car? Oh, I think he's stuck. We got a glitch here. Hey, George. You doing okay, buddy? You need me to push you over the push? How did that happen? How did you get stuck there? Oh man. Kinda awkward. Oh shit, does this mean he won't? Okay, because I'm actually trying to waste a little time so him and Emily will go to Swery 65. I hope this doesn't mess things up, because his character's stuck there. Okay, well for right now, let's go visit Thomas. I think maybe if I peep in his window, it might reset George's location so he won't be stuck anymore. I've never seen that before. That's pretty funny. I actually don't get that many glitches in the game while I'm playing. I've seen some funny ones on YouTube.
Zach, if you notice anything, just stop me.
So, York doesn't actually have much to say in the way of car conversations this chapter because we exhausted them all in during chapter 2. Well, now that I think about it, I did have a bad glitch while I was doing a run-through of this chapter. I walked into the conference room in the sheriff department and it was all white, and York ended up just like falling through the floor, and I couldn't move or really do anything, and then it just sort of automatically went into a game over screen. So that was a pretty bad glitch, but overall I don't get glitches too often.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out?
They told us to be there before 2100, but don't worry about that. Let's do whatever you want to do.
Well, it's past 2100, so let's look in this window. See if I can reset George so he's not stuck at the hospital. Hey, Thomas. So he's just gonna make dinner, but he actually has something to say, so we're gonna bother him.
Hello?
Oh, it's you? Oh. Liar. No, you're not. You're not working at the bar. It's not open this chapter. Yeah, it won't actually open until after we have the, town hall meeting.
Hello?
I guess. Okay, bye. Oh, Fiona! Maybe we can catch her before she gets into her apartment! Fiona! Nope. Okay. Darn. Alright, so now we gotta make the long drive over to Story 65 and hopefully catch Emily and George there. Actually, let's check the map. They're not on their way. Oh shit, they're already there. Okay, well usually I found they're not usually there until 2130, and sometimes later, depending on the game. But they're there now, so I guess we better head over there. Well, on the way, I guess we can kind of talk about why Deadly Premonition has two different names.
Zach, if you notice anything, just stop me.
It's Deadly Premonition in North America and Europe, but in Japan and Asia, it's titled Red Seed's Profile. Certainly not the first game to ever have like a title change between countries. I mean, Resident Evil series is called Biohazard in Japan, but in that series, the case for the name change was due to Biohazard being impossible for Capcom to register in the US since there was already a computer game, I think like a DOS game, and there was also a band with the same names. Well, in a 2013 EGM interview, Swery revealed that while he thought the Deadly Premonition name suggested by the promotional team in the US was awesome since it had a cool feeling to it, in Japan the word premonition would be too hard to pronounce, and not many Japanese people would understand its meaning, so a friend of his suggested Red Seed's Profile. Personally, I think Red Seed's Profile fits the game a little bit better, because York doesn't really have too many deadly premonitions, but Red Seed's Profile ties into the profiling of the Red Seed's killer. Actually, you know what? Let's get the side mission with Jack done for this chapter. Hey Gina. Tell me to fill her up and I just might pump it down. Okay. Oh, perfect. He came out right away. Lovely.
Benjamin, my good buddy. Listen up. I got something new to tell ya. I'll
Whoa,
tell you another
that was super
one
fast.
when I see you again.
I kind of already knew what it said, but, It's essentially just telling us, if we go to the Lysander's junkyard, he can upgrade the police vehicles, which again won't be available until after the town hall meeting. If you notice there, we got 3 agent honor back, so $90 back from our $200 bribe to Jack. Alright, so let's go meet up with Emily and George. Now this, I actually just sort of found out recently. I didn't think George ever visited Swery 65. I was going through this chapter and I missed going to the hospital. And I just happened to look at my map and I was like, holy shit, George is at Swery 65. I've never seen him there. So this is semi-new to me. I was pretty excited when I found this new conversation.
Huh?
We were sleeping. Actually, I think he did most of the work. He figured out that clue. Well, you're gonna have to, buddy. Hey, Emily, what are you eating? Looks like fish again. Got like a martini or something.
Hi.
Hey. Yeah, let's join her. Of course. Actually, you have. We did show up. You were with me. I just slept through it. Oh no. That doesn't make sense. Shouldn't he remove their stomachs and not their liver? Good job pissing her off. Clearly. She's yelling at you, dude. That just sounds wrong. This is not how you pick up ladies, York. I'm gonna have to wait about like 2 days and then we'll get it. So, usually George actually drinks over at the Galaxy of Terror where Thomas works after his duties at the sheriff department. So that's why I was really surprised to see him here, and I assume he's only here right in this chapter because the Galaxy of Terror is closed. Okay, so I need to put an item away so I have room for the radio. Everyone else in here actually doesn't say anything new from what they said in chapter 2. But I'm gonna get something to eat and drink. Actually, I don't need to get a drink. He just napped. So just, let's get 2 things of jambalaya. All right. And you know what? We're gonna put the crappy music on just to annoy George. Take that, punk. Okay. Let's go. It's weird songs. Alright, so George doesn't actually return to his home until 2300. So we're gonna have to smoke to pass some time, but let's get over there first. So this side mission provides a really cool item. It's the instant travel device, the radio. Very useful if you're tired of driving places and you just want to get to point A or B quickly. There you go. Except it will only take you to places you've been and interacted with. But since we sort of traveled all over Greenville in Chapter 2, pretty much almost all the areas are available for York to travel to. We got a trading card behind his house. Nice. And we can observe the ivy here. Bushes have left to grow. That's not really a bush. That's like vines and ivy and whatnot. That's really all we can observe, I think. Let's check the garage. Braille paper? Why does he have braille paper? Is his mom blind or something? That's kind of a weird thing to have. Boxes of braille paper. Yeah, a ladder. Some tires. Huh. Okay, yeah, he can't observe anything. So, let's smoke. Perfect. But for this side mission to open, you have to complete his first side mission in the sheriff department where you return the dumbbell.
George, which do you prefer, mustard or hot sauce?
You didn't come all the way to my house just to ask me that. You don't have other things you should be doing?
Of course I do. But I'm interested in you right now.
Interested? Agent Morgan, look, my mother is sick. If it's not urgent, I'd rather we did this later.
Is she very ill?
Well, I have to say, it doesn't look good.
I'm sorry to hear that. Anything I can do?
Go the fuck away?
No, this is a private matter. I can't ask for your help.
You know, back in D.C., people always came to me for personal advice. I'm here to help you if you let me.
There's no need for that, Agent Morgan. Please, you need to...
Abide by the rules, right? Okay, I get it. I didn't mean to invade into your private matters.
Oh.
But which condiment do you prefer?
George, I just thought you could use a friend who wasn't a dumbbell.
Haha.
Back when I was a kid, my mother really liked this flower.
Flower?
Yes. Small flower. No name. It grows somewhere here in Greenvale, although I must admit I've never seen it actually growing anywhere. I think it would make my mother happy if you could get her that flower.
George, that's good. Great idea. Every woman likes to receive flowers. You know all about that, right, Zach?
In any
Sure.
case, this is a personal matter. Make sure it doesn't interfere with the investigation.
Of course not, George. But I'm going to find that flower for you.
Spoiler, we already did. Alright. The Nameless Flower actually has a name. It's a daisy. At least I think it's a daisy. So that's the flower. It's the flower that only blooms while it's raining. Alright. Let's give him... Actually, let's try giving him the bone again. Maybe he'll... Nope, he doesn't care. Don't you think a bone's urgent? Okay, let's give him the flower. Here's your daisy.
George, here it is. The Nameless Flower.
Agent Morgan.
No need to thank me. I did this on my own, during my private hours.
Actually,
Tell your mother I hope she gets well
we
soon.
did it
Yeah,
instead
I'll
of
do
going
that.
to the sheriff department.
This'll make her feel at least a little better.
I sure hope so. I really do.
Take this. It's an emergency police radio. If you're ever in trouble, use it, and I'll be right there.
Thank you, George.
Now, Agent Morgan, don't take this the wrong way. It's not an emotional thank you gift for helping me with my mother. I'm giving you this so we can do our jobs more smoothly, that's all.
Then why didn't you give it to me in the first place? Let's see. See if he says anything else.
Huh?
Oh, damn. But I want to talk now.
Huh?
Okay. Alright. So, let's take this police radio for a whirl. Okay, George, I need you to give me a lift. Let's go. It's raining now, so let's go see Thomas. He'll have something new to say. I always like to imagine every time I use it that George has to come and pick me up. I use it quite a bit. Hey, Thomas. Let's sigh. What would give you that idea? Not going to my appointments? We'll get it. This is actually true. Thomas actually has more to say when it's raining, especially in the sheriff department storage room. If it's not raining, he's usually sleeping. But it's raining, he'll actually have something to say. So the weather really changes your interactions with Thomas. Alright. Well, there's really nothing else we can do at the moment. So let's go ahead and warp back to the hotel and sleep. And hopefully we'll get a rainy day tomorrow. I am fast forwarding all the loading screens, so that's why the sound kind of cuts out when I'm using the radio. I figure you guys really don't need to sit here for like the extra 30 to 40 seconds. Let's put the onion back in the inventory, because if it's raining tomorrow, I want to do Emily's next side mission. Let's actually save. So, I actually stopped playing and I just reloaded my game, and things are actually moving a bit faster right now. I don't know what's up with the frames per second, but all the submenus seem to be whooshing in and out. I'm not sure why. It's a bit weird. But we have a new conversation we can have with Polly in the breakfast room. Hey, Polly.
Oh, hi.
Okay. Polly, let me talk to you again.
Oh,
It
hi.
is. I agree. Alright, she actually has something new to say at 9:30, but before we talk to her, I want to check the weather. Okay, perfect. So I can get all my rainy day conversations complete. So let's smoke for an hour and a half. Man, everything's like super fast.
Oh, hi.
Yes, I did notice. Bad luck. He said he'd be careful. I don't think he meant it that way either.
Oh, hi.
He's not tired right now. We will take naps later.
Oh, hi.
Let's buy some cigarettes. Alright. Now we got the radio. Talking to people will be so much faster. So, first on our list, that's Keith.
Yo, dude.
Rock on, man. Rock on. Rock on, man. Rock on, man.
Oh my goodness. Ah.
Rock on, man. Rock and roll for
Yeah, I'd say so. Just broke his guitar.
Yo, dude.
rock on, man.
Hey, Lily.
Rock and roll forever.
I'm sorry. That makes me laugh every time. Rock and roll forever.
Rock and roll forever.
Yes, he does. He lives by the rule book. He's very annoying.
Rock and roll forever.
Keith, I'm trying to have a conversation with the wife. Can you shut up?
Rock and roll
I
forever.
do hate to give in. You're kind of a pompous ass sometimes. Okay. She just repeats that other phrase. Alright, so that's all they really have to say during this chapter. Well, in their home, at least. I found that, the only characters that really change what they say, in their home during the rain is, Olivia and Nick. The other ones, not so much. I mean, Sally kind of does, but she doesn't really say much of anything during the game. So here we can catch Thomas, and he actually has some interesting things to say. I think he's in the office room. And we can have lunch. We can actually have lunch 2 times in this chapter, but we're going to hold off for the moment. Because there's some more people we need to talk to before we have lunch. Oh, man. Well, that's understandable. It'd make me sick. You're worthy, Thomas. You make killer lunches. And this doesn't seem like a violent town, so why would you be used to seeing dead bodies? I thought he might have said something different. So we are going to come back to have lunch, but there's some more people I want to talk to before we have lunch. So if you do play the game, it's always good to try to talk to people as much as you can. Like right now, it's not ever made apparent in the main game conversations that, you know, like Thomas first tried to carry Anna's body to the morgue, but then threw up, and you get some kind of neat backstories on characters, especially Thomas and his sister, with these optional conversations, which is why it's really important to kind of go out of your way to get the full story. Yes, I know. Mm-hmm. It's a weird custom. Oh, Mr. Peter. Why is it still yellow then? So yeah, you get more of your kind of questioning people if you do the optional conversations too as well. He asks questions about Anna. My handles. I think it was supposed to be my wife handles the hiring of waitresses. Apparently not.
Huh?
Why are you so grumpy? No. I actually have to talk to you guys a couple more times. So, we're going to move time forward to 11 o'clock. Nick will have something new to say. Olivia, not so much.
Huh?
Well, obviously he cooks at home. You also get hints of their rocky relationship. Would have that been so terrible?
Hey!
Damn, okay, bye. Yeah, Olivia doesn't say anything. But she will at 12 o'clock, so we're gonna move time forward yet again.
Hi there.
Aw. It's okay. People like to tell you their problems, apparently. Well, that's part of it, isn't it? Sure.
Hi there.
Okay. So, Thomas actually has another conversation before the lunch, so we're gonna talk to him and then eat.
It's nice to be able to eat lunch together like this.
No matter how much we get along, remember, Agent Morgan is a member of a different organization, and I doubt he'll be of much help with the case.
Come on, George, be nice.
It's okay, I'm used to it. This is the typical reaction of most local sheriffs who are really good at what they do when the FBI comes to help with a case. I understand the mentality completely. We've all seen it on TV, but it happens in real life all the time.
So George is the defensive home turf sheriff?
Yes, definitely.
And the FBI agent is going to make the sheriff look bad, just like the
Do
TV
you
shows.
want me to make you
That's
look
not what I
bad?
mean.
Because I can.
When you're good at what you do, you tend to defend your work aggressively. You simply displayed a perfectly natural reaction.
A natural reaction?
Thomas, you've outdone yourself again. Food was delicious, as expected. Amazingly good.
Thank you.
That
I like how they're
salad
all
was
eating time has been
fantastic.
different.
I wish the boys at HQ could get a taste of it.
There's a hot dog.
I can give you some of the
sandwiches.
ham. It's homemade.
Homemade ham. Amazing.
My mother taught me how to make them. I have some homemade pickles, too.
Can I have some?
I was just...
That's enough, Thomas. We're very busy.
No, we're not. The game just froze a little bit. A little hiccup.
Agent Morgan, stop wasting time around here and let's get over to the hospital.
Yeah, we'd better get going. We'll see you there.
No, you won't.
Get this all cleared up and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
He barely touched his sandwich.
I'm impressed again, Zach. It must be very peaceful here. A law enforcer with the time to make ham at home. Simply amazing.
That's not that hard, is it? Unless he means, like, literally, like he raised a pig and then butchered it. That'd be a little weird, considering he lives in an apartment, but, you know, cooking ham doesn't take that long. So I just want to pause the gameplay for a moment to discuss these optional lunch scenes a little bit. I thought they were such a great part of the game since they are not only funny, but you learn a lot about the quirks of the Greenville Sheriff Department, people, and the gossip around some of the key people York needs to talk with over the course of the game. In a game critic's interview, Swery mentioned that studying film in college really influenced his approach to game design, especially when it came to these sort of character exposition bits. He explained that in movies you often have these scenes that depict normal daily life, eating, drinking, working, etc., and that it's usually within these types of scenes that important lines needed for the story actually unfold. Swery noticed that a lot of games in Japan don't really have these sorts of scenes, and that characters instead tend to speak to the player or each other, and mainly in like corridors and open spaces, which often felt out of place for him. Now, I'm not certain, but I think this is probably why there's so many of these optional lunch scenes sprinkled throughout the game, and sometimes, like in this chapter, multiple ones are used to unveil such details about the town and its residents. Okay, so it's 1 o'clock, and it's raining, so Thomas actually has lots to say in the storage room right now. Get more of his backstory.
Hello?
Which I actually just found recently. This is new to me. So you work like 24/7? Which is strange because you can't get a liquor license under 21 as far as I know. And it's kind of sad she dropped out of high school to take over the bar.
Hello?
And actually, his sister, according to like the official website, I think both on the English and the Japanese website, it lists Carol's age as being 20. She's still not old enough to run a bar. But I think it's just really sad that she dropped out of high school to go and run it. You'd think that, you know, they could just close it for a couple years and then take it over again, but nope. I'm assuming their mother and father are probably dead. So right now, I actually want to take care of Emily's side mission, so we're gonna actually snooze until 2200, I believe, and get that out of the way. Emily's side missions are kind of like the hardest to get done because it depends on the weather, and so the sooner I get through them, the sooner I can stop worrying about it. They're also some of the, I think, the best side missions of the game. Because I really like York and Emily's interactions. They're really cute. It's so nice we don't have to drive there. Hey George, pick me up. We need to go to Emily's house. So after this, we just have one more side mission for her and we'll be complete.
Hey, Emily. Something smells good.
Really? I'm trying to make a meatloaf this time.
A meatloaf, huh? Nice. That's a basic dish for every household.
Yep, my mother cooked it pretty often too. Would you like to give it a taste?
Again? Well, I can...
Don't worry, I've done the poison testing already, and
Your
I made
frying
something pretty
pan
tasty
smoking?
last time, didn't I?
Emily, maybe we should do this another time.
So, how's it taste?
Emily, I have to admit this one is hard to comment on. One can insert it into their mouth, that much is certain. But I'm not sure if the human digestive system can handle this and digest it. Oh, come now, Emily, no need to get depressed.
That was harsh.
It's just like last time. We just need to identify the missing ingredient, and that might turn today's cooking into a tasty dish.
So, what is it this time?
I'm thinking a vegetable. One that becomes sweeter when heated.
A sweet vegetable? I have no idea.
Then Zach and I will bring it to you like last time.
Okay, I'll keep trying by myself too.
I really don't see how adding onion will make it suddenly edible. Especially not in my case, I hate onions.
Emily, the answer is onion.
Onion? The meatloaf is finished.
Obviously, you guys are eating
And
it.
it tastes good, too.
It really is good, isn't it? Probably good enough to sell.
Emily, this certainly tastes good. But if I were you, I wouldn't quit my job to become a cook just yet. It'll be a tough career move.
You think so? I'd like to get other people's opinions too.
I can't recommend that. I'm trying to be polite about this, you know.
Then you should stick to being polite until we finish eating. I can't believe you're the only person I have to eat this fine meal with.
Zach, we search for ingredients for her, and we help her with her cooking. We even went as far as to praise the taste. And yet she still gets angry.
You just insulted her in her cooking. Of course she'll get angry.
Are all women this way? Do they all just snap like this?
Dude, you provoked
Either way,
her.
I can't figure her out.
Don't be a jerk.
Agent York, I'm sorry if I got a little emotional on you. But I'm glad I was able to make a good meal today.
Thank you for the trading card of your trash.
I know this isn't much, but please, I want you to have it.
Well, you probably didn't add the right ingredients and maybe cook them at different lengths of time, I'm pretty sure. Might be why it's tasting different. So now we're going to go bug George. But for some reason, his home isn't on my radio yet, even though I've talked to him. So we gotta smoke until 2300. So what condiment do you like?
Hmm?
I was busy sleeping, talking to people. No, I'll still come over because I like you, George. I want to be your friend. You will like me. Can I come in for a cup of tea? A drink?
Huh?
No, I don't. Okay. I guess. Alright. So, pretty much exhausted all the new conversations for the raining weather. The other characters sort of just repeat what they said during chapter 2. So for right now, we're gonna sleep and hopefully get a clear day so I can complete another side mission and have some more conversations. It's always a gamble. Sometimes here's my payslip. Sometimes the weather really works out in your playthrough. You'll get a full rainy day or a full clear day. Other times you're not so lucky and you have to sleep days at a time. So we want to actually catch some characters going to the milk barn early in the morning. So this is why I woke up so early. Let's shave for another bonus. So the milk barn actually opens at 7:30 on clear days, and if you're there early enough, you can catch Olivia and Dr. Johnson doing some early morning shopping. Alright, cool. It's not gonna rain. Dr. Johnson won't be, or Ushah won't be there this morning because he's still waiting in the hospital. We haven't met him yet, officially. So we'll just really see Olivia and Keith. It's really funny, like Ushah, his character movement, he tends to stay in the hospital all night, but once it's like 6 a.m., his character will move directly to his home, and then you can sort of follow him to the hospital. But for the follow him, he'll go to the milk barn, and then he'll go to the hospital. That's sort of his schedule. He doesn't really go anywhere else in the game. So the milk barn is one of the rare places you can catch him outside of the morgue and or any of the exam rooms in the hospital. So we'll actually try to catch him there at the milk barn. And he's quite a character too, as you'll see when we meet him at the end of the chapter. Oh, there we go. Hi, Keith.
Hey, bro.
It's kind of funny because Olivia actually went inside. In other chapters, I don't know if it's because I just radioed there or what, but a lot of times, if this store is closed, Olivia will just be waiting in her car. You can't really interact with it until, you know, she gets out of it, but I found it kind of weird that she was entering the store early. Hey, Keith.
Hey, bro.
Nope, I want to talk to you. I'm not a morning person myself. Though I have to get up pretty early anyway to commute to work. It sucks.
Hey, bro.
In the afternoon, okay. He'll actually say something different after 1 o'clock.
Hi there. Hi there.
Oh, she doesn't really say a lot, this chapter.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, let's stock up on some cigarettes. Seriously, if you're interested in getting all the, at least most of the conversation in the game, you want to stock up on cigarettes to move time forward. You know, it's funny, I didn't realize you could move time forward when I first played the game. For a little bit, I thought I just had to sit and wait. And I was still in like the first chapter. I was kind of, you know, driving around and I was like, what do the cigarettes do? And I was like, oh shit, time's moving forward, oh crap. I think you can do the same in the Metal Gear series, like smoke to move time forward. I'm not sure which game. I haven't played the series, or did the mechanic predate Deadly Premonition? I should look it up. So I'm gonna pause this for a second. Okay, I looked it up, and there's been a smoking mechanic in Metal Gear for most of the games, but it wasn't used to move time forward until Metal Gear Solid 5, which was released in 2015. So Deadly Premonition did it first. So Polly has something new to say at 8 o'clock. Come on, Polly. I quit out of the cigarette too fast. Oh well.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
Okay, there's no one else to talk to at 8 o'clock, so let's head over to the sheriff department. Before I go in, I want to collect an Agent Honor over by this tree here, before I forget. And now we'll move time forward and talk to Thomas again in the office. There's actually another lunch you can have.
Zach, it's 0900. Time to head for the hospital.
Nope, we can go later.
Zach, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's times like these which remind me of why we get along so well.
The hospital is open until 2100, so there's plenty of time.
So if we did say, yeah, go over, it would automatically bring you over to the hospital, and the cutscene of entering the hospital would begin, and then you would have to, either sleep or, continue on with the main mission. So York will do that time to time on certain chapters. If you're outside and smoking, it will stop it and say, hey, you gotta do this thing, it's open. Yeah, murder sucks. Though I gotta say, it's amazing how far we've come in terms of the sort of evidence and what we can infer from a dead body. Because I'm really into true crime stuff and reading about old cases and sort of how the police worked. Even just about 30 years ago is completely different from how the police procedure is now, and how much more careful the police are in terms of preserving evidence and checking the body for DNA samples and all that. It's really amazing how far we've come. So I want to actually, it's 10 o'clock, so we want to actually talk to Lily and complete her second side mission, which is part-time job number 2. We get to move some more boxes.
Hi, Agent York. Do you have a moment or two?
Well, maybe just one if you need something. What's up?
Actually, I've got another favor to ask you.
What kind of favor?
We don't have room in our storage for the new shipments that came in today. I know you just tidied it up, but I was wondering if you could help again. Of course I'll reward you again. This time with our silver card.
How is this different from the last one?
You get a bigger discount than the bronze card. That means even more savings.
I see. That sounds like a fair deal. What do you think, Zach?
I say hell yeah, let's do it.
Thank you, hun. The storage room is this way.
Yeah, I get a bigger discount. So cigarettes, instead of being like $100, will be, I think, about 80-something dollars. So yeah, pretty much more of the same. We just have to move the boxes into the yellow squares. And I don't know what Lily's talking about. I see a bunch of spaces here for new shipments.
Good work, Agent York. I knew I could count on you.
Oh, it wasn't that difficult.
We were taught in school that the police are there to help the people. It turns out they were right. Here's your reward then. I'll exchange your bronze card for a silver card.
Thank you.
There aren't that many people in this town that have one of those. It's a pretty rare item to have.
So it's a real treasure. I'll be sure to keep it safe then.
You should use it to buy a gift for that special someone. We'll give you a big discount.
Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to give such a gift to.
Really? Come on. Well, anyway, be sure to come by again.
I will.
Hi there. Hi there.
I did not mean to talk to her again. So let's stock up on some cigarettes. Yeah, see, $80. Alright, so 10 o'clock. We'll go ahead and talk to Thomas and have lunch again. I'm gonna move it forward to 12 o'clock because he'll have something new to say in the conference room. A little bit more than last time. I kind of got these conversations mixed up. This next one's actually a bit longer than the one we had in the rainy chapter before lunch.
Hello?
Not right now. Well, that didn't really answer your question. He just said he lived with his sister.
Hello?
Unless you're inferring that he learned from his sister. I infer that he learned from his mother.
Coroner Dr. Johnson is also the principal doctor for the town. I have to warn you, though, he's a little bit weird. He seems to only eat junk food, especially potato chips.
That's not all. Guess where he likes to eat? He eats down in the autopsy room, with the dead bodies, underground.
Oh.
Why does he get a burger? We have a sandwich.
Fiona told me he
She has
spends almost
pie.
all of his time down there. He's a workaholic, I guess.
Workaholic? You mean he's probably just a nutcase? Eating surrounded by dead bodies? There's something broken in his brain.
Lives among corpses on a diet of potato chips. Sounds like just the man we need.
I think you're missing the point. Let's get going then, George.
Okay. Agent Morgan, we'll meet you at the hospital. Don't be late.
Yes, I'll see you there.
We actually will see you later. Are you okay, Thomas? I think he's still grossed out.
Zach, this coroner sounds like a rare breed indeed. I can't wait to chat with the fellow.
I just like how they all leave him. Bye, York. Alright, so we'll go try to chat with Thomas, though he doesn't have a lot to say.
Oh my god. Men det never.
So when it's not raining, he'll usually be sleeping, and you'll get little snippets of whatever he's dreaming about. But before I leave, I neglected to show this little bit of the sheriff department. In the shooting range, if you actually shoot at the targets 10 times, you'll earn an item. You don't really have to really aim anywhere, you just gotta shoot it and hit it 10 times. And it appears behind York. So we got a first aid kit. I don't have room for it. Let's do it one more time. So yeah, you get like first aid kits, bullets. I think I got a food item before. Honestly, I haven't really shot the targets that much. My own playthroughs, but if you're running low on stuff, there's an option. You don't have any money and the milk barn's unopened. You can just shoot the targets and you can earn some items. So I'm gonna save. And I think next we'll head over to the diner and talk to Olivia.
Hi there. Hi there.
Alright, and Nick will still tell us to get out of the kitchen.
Hey, I'm working here. You can't just stroll into a chef's kitchen.
I thought we
Then
bonded a bit.
perhaps you would give me your permission to enter.
No, get the hell out of here.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Zach, everyone has...
Alright, let's get out of here. So next we'll head back to the milk barn and we'll talk to Keith now that he'll be full of more energy this time now that it's afternoon.
Hey, bro!
$7-Eleven.
bro.
Richard's over there, but he doesn't really say anything different. He just complains about Keith, as he did in chapter 2. So, move time forward. And talk to Lily again at about 4 o'clock, and she'll say something new.
Hi there.
So you like him because he acts like a man-child. Okay.
Hi there. Hi there.
Alright, so I think, yes, 1600. Yeah, I believe Quint, his trailer's actually open right now. And he actually says something, well, it's not really new. He says the same thing in chapter 2. But because we had a side mission going on at the time,
there.
he actually didn't say this. So, I'm revisiting him. So yeah, if a character has if you still have a side mission to complete with them, they will not say what they normally say in the chapter, which is why I completed Lily's side mission at 10 a.m. So she would say this thing about her and Keith's age difference at 4 o'clock. Because if I waited, she would have just told me about the problem with the stockroom and then said, I wish Keith wouldn't be wilder than our kids. So, if you completed the game and did all the side missions, it might be worth it to actually replay some of the chapters and try to talk to everybody again. They might say something new.
Yeah?
Really? I don't even know motorcycles and I know Suzuki. Oh, really? Funny coming from a game made in Japan.
Yeah?
So yeah, he said this in chapter 2, after we completed the Becky engagement ring side mission. Okay, at this point, there's really no one else we can talk to that will have a new sort of conversation. So we're gonna just go ahead and head over to the hospital to finish up this chapter. And even though it doesn't really make a difference, I always seem to run over to George and Emily, just so I don't feel like such a dick entering a place without them.
Agent Morgan, have you no respect for rules and protocol? We were waiting for you.
I know.
And now you try to go in by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you notice that Emily didn't come to his defense? That's weird.
George, let's hope we can finally meet Dr. Johnson today.
We need to get the results of Anna's autopsy as soon as possible.
Then let's stop talking and hurry.
So, right now, most of the hospital's sort of locked up, and the only way we get to see those parts of the hospital is during the Otherworld sequence. So right now, all we can really do is head down to the morgue. But there is an Agent Honor Red around the corner, so we'll grab that. Oh, the sign's actually different. No, I could have sworn there's a sign that's just like the one from near the computer room, and the only difference was the floor number. Maybe it's in the basement. Yeah, it must be in the basement. So I guess that texture is slightly different. So there's two versions of the sign, really. Bathroom for patients, though it's chained up. Where are the women supposed to go? It's not very helpful. The men's is unlocked, though. New map? What's in here? Oh, hey dude. Okay, there's nothing in here. There should be some stuff in the other world. And you can shave if you want to. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, it's the same from upstairs, but now it just says floor B1. Nothing over here, so let's go through the door. Yeah, these are the same upstairs. Yeah, that's the same too. I'm still surprised he doesn't have any comments on these. I thought it'd be like the hotel, but nope. I guess they ran out of time, or they just didn't care to add descriptions to the stuff hanging in the hospital. But at least we got these cool English signs to read on our own. Alright, so Dr. Ushah is actually behind that door. Oh, vending machine. I assume this is where he gets his chips. But before I go inside, I'm actually going to smoke a bit, because it's actually kind of funny. Even if we go in like later, the game will automatically put us out of the hospital by 1600 for the next chapter, so we can move on and meet the next witnesses. So I just think it's kind of funny to see York time travel. So I'm smoking all the way to near closing. Alright, let's go meet the doctor.
Ushah, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ushah Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
That battle of wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
It's rather simple.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those autopsy results.
George isn't pleased with your games, Ushah.
Next time, try challenging us without obstructing an investigation. You've angered the monarch.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, Ushah. Making them work to get a key card to talk to you.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place.
Really? I don't think it's that early.
Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was gripping something round in her right hand.
I like how they just look at their hands like, what? Marks were left?
Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation, due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion. The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
That kind of seems a little obvious, but...
Which means...
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
The perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her. Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally. Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist. He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. Now, he watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold. A case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Ushah, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job.
Back up, bitch. This is my rodeo.
You're wrong, also.
Damn, he's hella blunt.
Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Questions.
Directed by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like
yes,
these.
Several times. It's really creepy. Hey. Oh, hey. His badge says Rainy Woods. He just keeps tapping his head. That's funny. Hey, George. No reason we should focus our efforts on George. Well, I hope not. He's the sheriff. Hey, Emily. No, stare at her forever. Is this awkward? What, Ushah? I'm staring at Emily. I don't want to stare at you. Okay. Look at the body. Ooh, her feet are kind of ugly. So you pretty much just need to look at different parts of her body and observe. I assume that the tear marks are probably from her makeup. I don't think tear marks, like water, last that long on skin. So it must be trails through her foundation or whatever.
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
The perpetrator stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it stopped raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining, but you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Ushah, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate, yes. Especially when it comes to women. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator is just like you. He's passionate about women. He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
The perpetrator bit off Anna's tongue.
Yuck.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI.
In your face, George.
I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to actually explain that. They won't get that you got those from other crime scenes. Showing them more isn't gonna help.
There you go. Amazing, huh?
No.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret.
George is gonna just let him take over command.
George,
based on that.
Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a moment.
Very well. I'll go on ahead. I can't take it any longer down here. Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
Oh. My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.
Well, technically wouldn't be York's. I like how he got that from a glance at his screen, because it shows how smart he is. You're supposed to wait until you get outside to light that, York. Why are you being a dick? I guess you're just now noticing that there's vines coming from the ceiling.
Zach, they're here.
Where'd everybody go? Hi, Anna. Oh, there you are.
Great.
Amazing.
So, okay, it might be hard to hear, but have you guys noticed how the shadows say some weird things to York, like, I don't want to die, kill me, etc.? Well, someone asked Swery about the weird things the shadows say in a 2011 Destructoid Q&A, and he explained that in Japan, they have the concept where when you die, your soul separates from your body, and the good ones leave while the evil ones remain on Earth and will actually take over cadavers. So apparently this is what York is encountering during the investigation in Greenville. These shadows are just evil spirits that have gained control of the dead to attack York. So the reason why they say things like, I don't want to die, even though, you know, technically they're already dead, is because once the spirits have control of a body, they believe that they're alive again, and of course don't want these lives to end by, York's hand. Though some of them actually say, I want to die, so maybe some of them do know that they're just in a dead body. Though these ones so far haven't really said the, I don't want to die.
Amazing.
Kill me yet, but you'll notice as I go through a bunch of these other worlds that they sort of say these things.
Amazing.
Yeah, it seems these ones are just saying, you! Time to die!
Amazing.
So this other world's pretty straightforward. You just sort of have to follow the path through the doors. You can't really get lost in any of the other worlds.
Great. Yes. Great. Yes.
Oh, there's the operating room. But I'm gonna kill these two before I go in there. Oh, come on.
Great.
There we go. Yep.
Bullseye.
I don't know if I'd want to drink coffee that was in the other world. It'd probably be gross. Same with any food items. You should lift it up even though it's moving. That's kind of weird. Alright, another key card. So 2 more shadows appear in here.
Yes.
When you take the card, we just gotta kill them. Actually, you don't. You can just make a run for the exit, but I'm gonna kill them. There's an Agent on a red at the end of this hall. So there's actually been some exciting news within the Deadly Premonition fandom the last few weeks since my my last update. Rising Star Games, who published the director's cut and the original Xbox Deadly Premonition in Europe, decided to kickstart a Deadly Premonition themed tabletop board game. They had an initial goal of 50k, but they were able to surpass that goal within the first 24 hours of the campaign. And in the end, the campaign raised a total of $148,000. It was pretty impressive. And if you missed the Kickstarter, it ended earlier this week. In a comment left on the 15th, Rising Star Games mentioned that they will extend the Kickstarter campaign over on their web shop for a limited time for anyone who missed out on pledging. So,
yes.
If you somehow miss the campaign, you'll still be able to get some of the extras only available to those who donate to the campaign and won't be included in the game's eventual retail release. But as recording this commentary, Rise and Star Games hasn't added the board game pledges to their online store. But as soon as they do, I will put a link in the video description. I'm pretty excited to play the board game myself. I'm also excited to see like the new card artwork they're making, because they're having an artist actually like draw all the cards and whatnot. I like to see their interpretation of the Deadly Premonition characters, and there's actually going to be there were 2 versions. Hey Anna. There are 2 versions available. You could have gotten like
Here! Over here!
Just the standard edition, and there's a limited edition that will come with the game, some special die, like a die holder, and a mug, and a few other extras. I think they're now including a poster, some sort of map. Oh, damn it! I got a stinky agent. I guess I should have changed suits back in the examination room. So I'm pretty excited about the new board game. It should be out by the end of this year. Well, I don't really want a stinky agent fly, you know, circling in the next cutscene, so I am going back to change my suit. But you don't have to sit through me doing that, so I'm just gonna rewind this quickly. Alright, that's still not cleaned. Alright, we'll just do the Hawaiian suit again. Alright, let's fast forward back to where I was. Perfect. Alright.
Yes.
There should be a bait in here. Better hurry, I know the shadows are coming up behind me. There we go. Alright, this is the MRI room. Really, you could just reach in there and grab it, York. You know, it's not that far back into the machine. But they're gonna make us operate it to go get it. Yeah, we should fiddle with it if we want that card key. Man, I hope everyone's okay. Here's the computer room, it's all blocked off. There's no way to open this one. Well, that's not good. I guess we can't leave just yet. Guys sure did. York, maybe stop tapping your chest and take care of these guys. They have some shotguns.
Huh?
Yes. Great.
Alright, just one more to go. Okay, I can't go over that body, so...
Great. Yes.
Too late, I already did. Can't pick up their shotgun too, just the shells? Apparently I can't pick up those shells. Come on, get it! There we go. Alright. Oh, there's another one. Alright. We made it, guys. Dude, you're not outside yet.
Agent Morgan, if you're so desperate, then why not smoke two at once?
Seriously. So, did you guys see the shit that just went down? You know, the shadows, the vines, creepy music, and who the hell are you guys?
Who's that old man?
That's Harry. Harry Stewart. One of the bigger problems around here. His father started up the lumber trade and founded this town. But he's a weird one, as I'm sure you can see.
Yeah, what's with that
Always
mask?
dressed like that, never speaking to the townsfolk. And just FYI, he owns almost the entire town. Not that that makes any difference. So long as I'm around, he won't be getting away with any funny business.
Mysterious capitalist.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, haste won't lead you to what you seek. Keep your eyes focused on your footing as we speak. So says Mr. Stewart.
Okay.
Nice to meet you too. How did you know my name?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, information desires you, just as you desire information too. So says Mr. Stewart.
That didn't answer my question.
Harry, stop trying to get in our way. Keep this up, and even you'll have to answer to the law.
Michael, tell the peasant to shut the fuck up.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, with each rain
I love
our
how they just
town
ignored
goes mad.
George's comment.
To our disdain, unpreventable. So sad. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning.
Then we shall depart, Mr. Francis York Morgan.
Okay, bye.
That's how he always is. Always spouting that nonsense.
And ignoring
Don't give it
anything
any
you have
thought.
to say?
It's all gibberish.
Emily here.
Did your walkie-talkie just ring?
Uh-huh.
I guess so.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.
Agent York, we've contacted the first witnesses to the crime scene. You can interview them where they found the dead body.
Excellent. I was just about to ask if you could take me there.
But we will interview those witnesses next time in Chapter 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully I can get the next update up much faster than I did this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Bye!